Walk over to the TV set, and I want you to look at this young lady and her roots. Is this you? Do you say, oh gosh, I just got my hair done, and now 2 weeks later, it's time to go back, and I don't want to leave the house, and I don't know if I want to do it myself, and all I need is my part, because you don't see my whole head, but here is the before and after with TRUHAIR. Right away, I want to tell you, men love this, women love this. It makes you look like you have more hair. It covers up the gray, and also adds these tiny little fibers that give you lift in the roots. Now, the value of it is extraordinary because the regular size, now I've got a regular size right here. This is our today's special size. Let me show you the difference. So this is the regular size that we have on, I don't know if we've got it on hsn.com, but what we're doing today is we've supersized the regular size, and then we've also added a refill. I mean, that's pretty incredible. So we've supersized it and added a refill. It is a $63 value for $31. So I'm super excited that we're able to do this. This is one of my all-time favorite products. There it is, $26 and $37. This is one of my all-time favorite products. We used to do something called Host Pick, and we got to pick our favorite products. This is something that I picked time and time again for Host Pick. I'm on, what is it, 4 p.m. over in the East Coast, which is fairly like early in the day enough that I'm hoping that we have all the colors. I know we've got red is very limited. Okay, there's just a couple hundred left in red, but I've got all the colors, which is what we do with the Today Special, is the big deal. All right, so let me show you what we have. Black, dark brown, medium brown, light brown, which is what I'm gonna be using. That's what I use on my roots, is I use light brown. I have this in my makeup kit and I use it all the time. Auburn has a little bit of brown in it. Red is like a true red. Then we've got blonde, light blonde, we have white, and we have gray. And I will tell you that when you look at your roots, and we're gonna go to the model, and if you're walking around the house, I want you to come over to the TV set because I want you to see our model do this live in person. Because we're gonna take a look at her roots first. So you could take a look and see what's going on. Now, it's just a little bit of gray. I mean, we all have gray. I don't know if we can get closer on that. But you see that she's got a little bit of gray, and you can see it, that's a great shot. So this is the gray. They're just coming in, they're growing in. She may be looking at that going, it's time for me to go to the salon and spend $60, $70, $80. But go ahead now, Linda, I want you to put on our today's special, put on TRUHAIR, and then all you do is kind of like, tap it in, brush it in, and in seconds, her roots are gone. You don't see them anymore. So that's as easy it is, as quick as it is. And I will tell you that I've really stretched it. Like I haven't had my hair colored in 8 weeks. And I've got roots, I've got grays. And I will also say that my natural color is darker than the color that I do. So sometimes I do a light brown, and then I also own the blonde, and I do little strands of blonde. You can even have fun with it and play with highlights. That's like a pro tip right there. But we're gonna bring in Chelsea Scott, who's our special guest, who has created TRUHAIR. And Chelsea, you know this is a product I love, that I use. It's so easy to use. The price today is phenomenal because of all the product that you're getting.
Yeah, it is. Actually, in fact, it's 5 color brushes, which is just incredible. Like, I have 5 here. The amount of color brushes that you're getting today is just, it's incredible. But what are we talking about? We're talking about the easiest beauty solution, right? Because this is a way for you to just brush it on and all that gray is gone. And I think over the years, because this has been 10 years, Helen, that we've been perfecting the formula. The number one question is always, Chelsea, does it actually stay in the hair? So you can see, I have it on the back of my hand. You can actually see there, I'm dunking my hand in here to show you that you can feel free to, go outside, live your life, jog, have a hot flash. Doesn't make a difference. The formula is created, Helen, so that once it gets into that scalp and adheres to the hair and the scalp, it is literally staying there until you shampoo it out. And we're showing you right here the beautiful gray. Gray tends to grow in looking a little bit yellow. It has kind of a weird tack to it. look at how instantly we can cover up that scalp that's showing, Helen, but also the hair looks shiny, healthy, and just beautiful. And there's the fire red, Helen.
Yeah, I love it. And you know, also I will say as I get older, I'm experiencing a little bit less hair than I used to have. So it's not just the grays coming in. I just don't have nearly as much hair as I used to have, especially at the crown, you know, and in the very front of your hair, just like men do. Women, it's very, very common. This is one of the things that I've used and that I do. If I don't have true hair in my hair, it almost looks like you could see right down to my scalp.
Yeah, exactly. You're so on point with that. So here was the problem for me personally, and I'm a woman just like you. I get it. I was in my car. In fact, I was on my way to Bobby Ray Carter's daughter's wedding, and I had to stop for this emergency situation where my roots were showing, and I picked up a mascara wand and all these other things that looked like they were painted on my scalp. So that's when I knew there has to be a better way. This formula has been time in and, you know, for time now, 10 years, has been the best-selling product because of the formula. Not just going to give you color. So it's a micronized powder that has vitamin E. It has no sulfates, no silicones, no mineral oils. The minute it gets to your scalp, it has these little fibers. Those fibers mimic the look of real hair. As you're taking a look here in every single one of these before and afters, and you see the technology at work here, which is completely exclusive to True Hair, Helen. Those little feathers are actually that fiber technology. So again, you can run your hands through your hair. You can sweat. You can exercise. Do what you need to do. Even sleep on a white pillowcase. And it's not coming out until you shampoo it out. That's what makes this so unique. Not to mention, Helen, you're literally just brushing your hair. If anywhere that you see scalp, right, your hair is going to look thicker and fuller.
Yeah, and we have model Patsy here in the studio, and she's got, you know, her natural white hair. I would love for you to come over to the TV set and see the before. I think it's really important that you see what's going on before, and she's holding her part open, and you can see that, you know, when your part starts looking a little bit bigger than it is, or that, you know, maybe your hair doesn't look as thick as it used to. So go ahead, Patsy, go ahead and add True Hair to it. So I want everybody to see it. Now, all she's doing is like a little bit of brushing right there in the roots. And as she does that, you see how it looks like there's more hair. You're like, wait a minute, like it's hard to even remember what it looked like before, like where the hair is coming from. And it looks like she's got twice as much hair. All of a sudden, the part that looked looked a little widening doesn't look wide anymore. So there it is, and you guys, it happens in seconds. So the reason I want you to, you know, come over, and we're trying to do it as slow as possible, is because that's what you do kind of in the morning. And I'm going to tell you something else, Chelsea. I don't wash my hair every single day. I wash my hair maybe 3 times a week, and then I curl it, and then I do, like, this is day-old hair. I didn't wash it today. I washed it yesterday, blow dried it, curled it. Today, honestly, I brushed it, and when I came to work, I touched up the curls a little bit, and that's it. So I can do my own roots. I will let you come in really close. I'm gonna stand right here. I will stand still. You can see the grays. They're really right here in the front. And then you can also see that my natural hair color, see if you guys see the gray. You can also see how thin it is. You see how thin it is right here in the front? Nobody wants to go on TV with like really thin hair. It's really thin in the front. And also I've got some grays. Like you can see the grays. So what I do is I do the light brown. So, and you know what? I can make it look nice in a second. This is how I do it. I just kind of like get it on there, and it gives it like a little bit of volume. And then, and I like to get it right in the front too.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, it's hard for me to talk and do this at the same time, but they're basically, I'm done. You don't, like, there's the before and after. Look at that. Okay, that's pretty amazing. That is me, and you can see all the grays. And by the way, that was like 5 seconds. And by the way, I'm embarrassed like how many grays I actually do have, because I'm telling myself I don't have that many, but I can see all the ones I have. And I'm not putting blonde in the root. I'm putting in the medium brown. The grays are gone. It softens the edge of my root. You see how it's softened? You can go to the salon and get something called a, quote, root smudge, which is very expensive. This, because blonde is not my natural color. So you're seeing using the grays covered, the blonde, it's not like black and gray and then blonde as it is in the before. And I did that in about 2 seconds. I like to do it up front, and you can see how like really thin my hair is, like right in the front. And all I do is I do that, and I give it like a little zhuzh, and then I'm done. Like that's it. Like, see, look how much thicker it looks in the front. This is hard to do upside down and backwards, but look how much thicker it looks in the front. Like, you can't see through it up here. You could remember how you could see right through my hair? Like, you can't see through it anymore. It looks like I have like all this hair now, which I don't. I have very fine hair. So that was kind of embarrassing to do on national TV, but I have no shame. I don't care at all.
Good job, Helen.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much. But you know, I mean, these are like the, and you know, I'll do this, by the way. I didn't do it when I washed it yesterday because I knew I had the show today. Just what I did right there, that's gonna last me another 3 days. And also, when my hair, I don't really have that oily of a hair, but after like 2 or 3 days, it gets a little oily. I can go in there and go like this and get some, almost like a dry shampoo to give you to give you that bounce back in your hair. And there you go, you're done. That's all I have to say. Exactly. I'm dropping the mic, Chelsea. That's all I should need to say.
It was amazing. That was a drop the mic moment. Your hair certainly looks thicker and fuller. Obviously, it's not easy to do on yourself without a mirror on national TV. So, yay, Helen. But it's so easy. You don't need to be a hairdresser. You can see on all of our beautiful ladies, it's the power and the pressure of the brush against your scalp that deposits the perfect amount of color and fibers. And you'll notice is what you're looking at close up here, the first thing you notice is, guess what? There's nothing falling all over her face or all over the floor because this formula has been perfected and it delivers where it needs to go. How many times do you throw your hair up in a ponytail? Someone calls last minute, they want to meet you for lunch, whatever, and you have grays around the hairline, right? Right around that pesky root, that hairline. For me, I go to the salon, I spend $100, $200 just to get the roots done. I feel like a few days later, I'm out in my car, I look in the rear view, and there it is. This is the emergency area. We call it that zone, right?
Right.
So you just brush it around. Men love it. Women love it. I know we're going to keep running through and showing you as many demos as possible because all you have to do with this product, Helen, is choose the color that you want your root to be.
Right.
So don't worry about your highlights, right?
Yep.
Or anything else.
Yep.
Just whatever color your root area should be is the color you should go with.
Right, because I used the light brown is the color I use. My hair's blonde. I did light brown at the root. It actually, I like the way it gives it some depth too, because, you know, I'll go to the hair salon and get like a root smudge, you know, cover my grays and give me a little deeper root to give you, it actually, that's an illusion to make it look like you have more hair. I do that with True Hair. And it doesn't, it takes seconds. And for me, and by the way, you sleep on it, it doesn't end up on your pillow. If it rains, it's not gonna be like dripping down your face. I know people have seen other products that are like that. True Hair is not like that. They're fibers that actually stick to your hair itself. So wherever your hair is, that's where it's gonna be. And the other thing is, Chelsea, you've always had a great hairline, like your line of your hair. Like when I pull my hair back, you see how I've got like not a great hairline. Like I don't have like, you see all the grays up here. I've got
a little
so many.
bit of a,
yeah, it goes like almost like a receding hairline. Like I just kind of, it makes that look like it hides that it is such a bad hairline that I have. So you're able to kind of, when you pull your hair up, you're able to put it in there. Cause look at that. I mean, I'm like amazed how quick that is. I mean, I've made like, and it's so easy. So I did like a light brown, but you can see I have light blonde highlights in it, but that's what's doing it. And I don't know if you guys did a picture of my before. I don't know if you did a picture, because I felt like you guys, you did, yeah, because you guys have to see my before. I feel like maybe I do need to wash my hair because I feel like I've got so much product in it, but there's my before, and then here's my after. So you see how there was like gray here, it was like black with gray, and then blonde. See how it's like blended that? And it took me like 2 seconds to do. Now, I know I'd do a better job if I had a mirror, but all I did is basically like, I went like this. That's all I did. I mean, you don't have to be like precious or fancy with it, and that's it. And it's like, the more I do it, it's like you can't even hardly even see my part anymore. It just disappears more and more and more. See, where's my part? It's like, that woman's got a ton of hair right here. And you know that I don't. Yeah, so it's just, and you can see, like, you see where you see my part? It's like, oh, that you know, it's like, it looks like you've got, and I actually will go like and if it goes on your forehead, I just go like that. So then it looks like you have even more hair. It's pretty amazing when you see it like live like this. Like, look at that. Like, where's my bald spot? Where's my part? And I think a lot of women go through that. And then, you know, and you're on TV, I'm gonna be 60 in June, and I'll say that I do not have the hair I had when I was 20, 30, or even 40. So people are like, you have such amazing hair. I'm like, oh, I do a lot. Let me just say that. You know, I add some pieces in there. I do my true hair at the roots. It is an illusion. It's not permanent, but coloring your hair isn't permanent. Putting lipstick on isn't permanent. Look at Patsy. Patsy's similar to me, is that she's starting to get, just like I'm starting to get, that wider part. It's not even just the color, it's the wider part. And then, you know, go ahead, Patsy, that was awesome that you did that. And then we're gonna do it close up and watch. You gotta come over to the TV because this takes 2 seconds. She just dusts it on. Yeah. Look at that. And it's like, where'd the part go? Where'd the part go? Look at that. And look how white, platinum, gorgeous that color is. It's really incredible, Chelsea.
It is. We're super excited because if you take a look at Patsy's hair, let's talk about the before. 30 million people in the U.S., men and women, are dealing with fine thinning hair, where you can see scalp. When you see scalp, you automatically look as though you have thinner hair. So if you can fill that in and have it mimic the look of real hair like in Patsy's after, I mean, look at it. Now, I think that this gray is the perfect, or the white is the perfect way to show you how it's not wet. It doesn't look like it's painted on Patsy's scalp. If Patsy puts her hands in her hair, it's not getting on her hands. Look at that. Her hair moves. It's not sticky. It's not getting all over the place. That's what makes the Color and Lift unlike any of the millions of root products that have followed, because True Hair was the original. For over a decade, we perfected this formula. Let's talk blondes, Helen. Blondes are fun, right? They always say they have more fun, but when it comes to their hair color, it's not so much fun, because you have to pay to get highlights in your hair. Highlights are expensive, $200, $300, $400, and you're sitting in a salon for a couple of hours. So if you take a look at Anne's before, you see those really dark roots? Well, we were able to smooth it all out and make it just look like she just got those highlights. And also, Helen, this is Sue. Now, Sue is a perfect example of someone I hope you guys can really relate to, because just like me, I know it's hard to believe when I say I have thinning hair because I look like I have a lot. But if you have any areas of your hair where it's thinning and you want to pump it up, you don't want to put tons of volumizers on, you're brushing in the look of thicker, fuller hair. So I'd love to also run through the colors, because all you have to do is choose the color that you want your root area to be. And obviously, this is enough hair color, Helen, for a year. Like, imagine, like, a year from now, still gonna have your hair color.
And there's no auto ship offer, so I really recommend you get more than one, because it's gonna be, I mean, you're gonna be set for the next couple years. So here's the color chart, Chelsea. You could talk to that.
Yeah. So black being the darkest shade, that is definitely if you have really, really dark hair. Here's the magic. Dark brown and medium brown work universally. I can use either. If you're unsure, I'm telling you, either one of those is really going to go to work to look great in your hair. Then we have light brown. Auburn is for those of you that have light brown hair with red highlights. Red, which I know is almost gone, but that's for those of you with fire red hair. Blonde is gold blonde. Light blonde is if you have more of that kind of ashy or platinum cool tone blonde. And then white and gray being two of our most popular shades. Because if you think about it, Helen, have you ever noticed, like, if you have white or gray or silver hair, you have to go out and buy special purple shampoos and all of these things to try and, like, get rid of the yellow in the hair? Well, if you use the Color and Lift on white or gray hair, it fills in all of that yucky kind of yellow look, so your hair just looks shiny like a silver fox.
Yeah, I'm like digging my hair right about now, by the way. Yeah. All right, let's take a look at a video of some guys, because let's talk about men, Chelsea.
Yeah. So men, here's the thing about men. They don't love to use products with color in them because, well, they tend to drip down the face, but that never happens with True Hair. So they also are using it on their beards, their mustaches, because they can feel confident that they could go outside, they could go to the gym, and that if a light is shining on their scalp at a restaurant, people aren't looking at them from behind saying, whoa, he painted something on his hair. It's mimicking the look of what your actual hair looks and feels like, and it's going to stay there again until you shampoo it out. The only rule with the color and lift is it's going on dry hair. So that means that, like me, I just got to tell you the truth. I mean, look at Patsy's before and after.
Yeah, I'm looking at it's so cute. Her little tiny pink scalp, you know, it's just so you can see it through. And it's this illusion of like thinning hair, because Patsy does have a lot of hair, but when you add the fibers and that beautiful white platinum that she's adding, the color is so gorgeous. It like really looks so beautiful. I mean, I know the white is something that we didn't originally have, and that now it's incredibly popular and usually one of the first to sell out. We have the white and we have the gray. So, you know, whichever ones. And you know, when we take a look, when you take a look, come over to the TV set and look at our model live in the studio. You know, a couple of grays, you see the part loud and clear, and go ahead and put on the product now, because it's just, I want you to see how quick it is in just like a couple of seconds. It looks like she just came out of the salon and just had her hair colored, Chelsea.
I know, it's incredible. It's literally the power and the pressure of that brush against the scalp, so you don't have to be a stylist. How many times do you spend $50, $60, $70, $80 to get those roots touched up, and just a few days later, those pesky grays are coming back again, or your roots are growing out? Even if you just get this, so that over the course of the year, you could extend salon visits a week, 2 weeks, 4 weeks. Quite frankly, I haven't been to the salon because of everything that's going on in the world personally for months. And that's just been my choice. Yeah. But this is a way for you to get that salon look right in the comfort of your own home. And by the way, stylists love it, so take it with you. Oh, yeah.
Well, the other thing is, I was telling you, I haven't had my hair done in 2 months. And one of the things is, it takes a lot of time. I mean, yes, I'm on TV. It's part of my job to get my hair done. I could go every 6 weeks. That's about when I should go, 5, 6 weeks. I go every 8 weeks. I stretch it out because, you know, I don't like going and sitting there. And you're right, with everything going on in the world, sometimes, you know, I don't even want to go at all, but it makes a huge difference when you have the power in your handbag to go or not go. Yeah. To go or not go. And really, honestly, I could stretch it out to 4 months. I mean, this is what, all you need is that root touch up. And if you're somebody with like dark hair and you've got silver all gray, and I do know people like, some people that work here at HSN like that, this product is like in the kit, in the purse, in the car, like in case you forget. And the other thing is, Chelsea, when I put it on, I don't know if you find this, is I don't put it on every single morning. When I wash my hair, I put it on, and then it's there until I wash my hair again.
Oh my gosh, I'm so glad you just said that. Yeah, as you're taking a look at the beautiful red there. So this isn't a product that you reapply every day. Right. You only reapply it after you shampoo your hair. That's why today is absolutely just mind-boggling, because supersizing the refill and the brush is probably more than a year, honestly. If I turn the camera around and go out right now, I have a color brush everywhere. I couldn't tell. It's like that eyeshadow or blush that you never get to the bottom of, right? Right. You can't, it's mysterious. So
yeah, and this is the regular size. This is a size, Chelsea, that you brought in, that we launched, that was, you know, my host pick. We loved it. This is what we're doing today. We've supersized it, and then we've given you a refill. I really encourage everybody ordering to get a second order. So it's $37 for the jumbo size, $26 for the jumbo refill, $63 for both. It is more than half price today. So you're saving more, and it's only $10.33 on FlexPay, and the shipping and handling is free. I will tell you, the color that I use is light brown. I don't use the blonde, but I do own the blonde, and I shouldn't even like make this more complicated than it is, because I think I'm like, because I work here, I'll tell you, one of the things that I do is, you see how like right in the front, you see that growing out. Sometimes I'll take the blonde and I'll just do like a little bit, you can see the blonde coming out. I'll do like a little bit of blonde, like right at the very, just right there. So See,
Yeah.
you see how now I've taken that blonde that was here and I've made it come into here? So, you know, and I could do it on this side, is I'll just do the blonde like right in the very front, and I'll just do it right at the very front. So you see how it makes that blonde kind of come in the middle. So, I mean, you don't have to do that. That's like sort of like, you know, not, you know, it's not True Hair 101. It's like the advanced course, but it is something. I do own both of them, and I do both. And here's my before and after. And I did that live in the studio. So you see that the roots are covered, the gray's covered. It's all beautifully blended. I've got a little bit of blonde in the front that you can see doesn't like stop dramatically because I added the blonde all the way in here. I added a little bit of blonde in the top, and I'm gonna try to, I mean, it's pretty amazing. And how much gray I have. I thought, yeah, I didn't have that much. That's what I'm learning from this presentation, Chelsea, is how much gray I actually do have.
Oh my gosh, that's hysterical. So if you are just joining us, I just want to quickly walk you through what Color and Lift is and why it's different. Because I get it. You walk into beauty stores today, and there are countless choices when it comes to root cover-up. So this product is unique and different than anything you see out there. And by the way, we're the originators. And the reason it's different is because it's not just about your color. So the first thing is it's a powder. This powder has vitamin E. It's micronized. It's not an ordinary powder. It's made specifically for your scalp with no sulfates, no silicones, and no mineral oils. But we added these thickening fibers. So it literally goes onto the hair, and it really revives your hair. If you're like Patsy right here, you're going to see, get into that scalp area. Patsy's going to go zhuzh, 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 brushing, brushing, brushing. That pressure of the brush, she's doing nothing. She barely touched it. And notice it's not flying all over the place. It's adhering to the scalp and the hair. She gives it that little zhuzh like you saw Helen do. And now she has thick hair, fuller hair. So like everything else out there leaves the hair looking wet. It looks tacky. It looks sticky. And by the way, I don't know if you guys all saw that press conference, pretty famous, with a very famous attorney on the news where he had hair color literally dripping down the side of his face. I mean, you don't want that for you. You want to have hair color.
I was trying to mention that without mentioning it, but yeah.
Well, who didn't see it? I mean, and it's an unfortunate situation because it shouldn't happen. You should feel confident. I know that True Hair, I talk very passionately about it because it gets in there, it stays there. This is the biggest offer that we've ever done. For an entire year, you're going to be set. And look at us. Our hands are in our hair. We don't have hair color all over the place. It goes exactly where it needs to go. Yeah.
Yeah, not on my hands, not on my face, not on my clothes. And I did I did the light brown. So it's not like I did something that was clear that you couldn't see. Pretty amazing in our final minute. So we also have the Extreme Volume Brushable Hairspray we're gonna talk about next. But keep shopping for the today's special. There is not going to be another presentation until 9 o'clock tonight. And then those are the final presentations at 9 o'clock. So this has been very popular. This is the most quantity of the product we've ever done at the lowest price. This is the best deal we've ever done with True Hair. We do have do we have all the colors? Before I say we have all the colors, let me check. We do have all the colors: black, dark brown, medium brown, light brown is what I've been using. Auburn, red I know is very limited. Blonde, light blonde, white and gray. White and gray have been very, very popular. That's usually, like when we do a presentation, it's the first to sell out. So I'm really excited that we have it available. The item number for the today's special is 711161. And Chelsea is staying with us for a few more minutes because we're going to be talking about the Extreme Volume. Brushable. Oh, okay. So before we get to this, in 1 second, Chelsea, we're going to come right back to you. Coming up in this show, we've got Stella Rich is joining us for